Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about what I view as the most controversial K-pop songs of 2022. These are songs that I noticed have gotten a lot more hate than other songs that have been put out this year, and I kind of wanted to delve into the reasons why these songs got so much more hate than usual, which means that everything that I'm going to be saying here is just my opinion, so if you disagree, feel free to share your own thoughts in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's talk about song number 1. Out of all of the title tracks that ENHYPEN have put out so far, I feel like Future Perfect has gotten the worst reception from fans. And I feel like that's because of how different it is from the previous singles that they've put out. Though ENHYPEN have used stylistic autotune ever since they debuted, I've seen a lot of people say that Future Perfect is the first instance where autotune made an ENHYPEN song worse. It's present on almost, if not every single line on the track, and gives the members' voices this over-processed feeling to it which isn't very pleasant to the ears, with a lot of people, myself included, saying that Drunk Dazed is a much better instance of ENHYPEN using heavy autotune well. Another gripe that I know a lot of ENHYPEN fans have with Future Perfect is the overabundance of rapping within the track, and that's because so many people were initially drawn to ENHYPEN because they didn't have a focus on rap at all, which made them stand out from other 4th gen boy groups. The first time that we really saw ENHYPEN rap was on a B-side in their second comeback, and ever since then they've just been rapping more and more, which has turned a lot of veteran fans off of the group. ENHYPEN have only had 5 official Korean releases so far, and a lot of people are already saying that the group quote-unquote fell off because of both Future Perfect and Bless Cursed. And although I don't personally agree because their B-sides are still really good, I definitely understand where those people are coming from. The title track really shouldn't be the worst song on the album, but that's what's happened for the past 2 releases from the group. So I'm definitely hoping that this trend doesn't continue because the title track is what kind of represents the group's musical image, and if people don't like the title track, then they won't be interested in checking out the group. And even now, it feels like way less people are talking about ENHYPEN compared to 2021, when they released viral hits like Fever. And overall, it seems like this style of music isn't bringing ENHYPEN the most positive attention, so I do hope that they either switch it up or return to what they used to do. The next song for this video is going to be Loona's Flip That, which really has caused a countless amount of arguments online. So for some context, there's been a lot of dispute within the Loona fandom for like the past few years now as to what concepts the group should be doing. There's a really big amount of people on both sides, one side who wants Loona to do brighter concepts like they've done before with their singles Hi Hi and Girlfriend, and the other side wants them to stick with their songs that lie more on the girl crush side such as So What, Paint the Town, and Pose. But when Flip That, a song with a brighter concept, was released just a little bit ago, it seems like neither of these two sides were satisfied. A lot of people who like Loona's brighter concept said that Flip That didn't live up to their expectations, and of course Flip That is not a girl crush song, so that side wasn't happy either. Of course some people did enjoy it, but the people who didn't were much more vocal about it online. The girl crush enjoyers were mad at the brighter concept enjoyers, with the main argument being, okay, you got your brighter concept, so why aren't you happy? And they would respond with something along the lines of, it wasn't good enough, which just made people fight even more. Now, as for my own personal thoughts, I don't hate Flip That, but it is one of my least favorite title tracks from the group, and I do enjoy both Loona's brighter concepts and their girl crush ones too. However, to be honest, if I'm gonna go listen to a Loona song, it's probably not ever gonna be Flip That. Personally, among my first choices would be Hide and Seek, Ring Ding Dong, Satellite, Favorite, Lunatic, and I'm sure there's a few others, but yeah, it wouldn't be Flip That, so I understand where people are coming from, but I don't think it was that bad where it deserved to cause all of this controversy. But as I said earlier, I enjoy all of the concepts that Loona have done before, so I don't really share the same feelings as the people who only enjoy one. But yeah, in my opinion, Flip That really wasn't that bad. Now we're going to be talking about Nabalera by Hyuna, which is definitely a song that struck up the Hyuna doesn't make music like she used to anymore conversations. For those who don't know, Hyuna used to make music that really resonated with like 99% of all K-pop fans. For the most part, all of her title tracks had these really addicting sung choruses, and she was kind of hailed as one of the quote-unquote queens of sexy concepts in K-pop. But nowadays, the songs that she puts out rely a lot more on drop choruses that are spoken word more so than sung, and the style of music hasn't really appealed to the masses. Most people blame this on her company, which I believe was founded by Psy and is currently home to artists like Dawn and Haze, as well as formerly Jessie. And ever since Hyuna joined P Nation, I've seen a lot of people say that her music has kind of become Jessified, where it feels like the main goal of it is to go viral on TikTok. Personally, I do think Hyuna's newer music feels a little bit more bare bones tones than what she used to put out, but I kind of do like Nabulera, not like the most, but I don't mind it as much as I've seen other people do. It's fun, it's catchy, it doesn't have the most replayability, but it's good every once in a while. So personally, I don't care to bash on the song, but honestly, everybody's criticisms of it are pretty valid. Though as always, sending hate to Hyuna is not okay. You can hate the music without hating the person, and we all need to remember that. Fourth, we have Tank by NMIXX. I was gonna put OO here, but I feel like I've talked about that song so many times before, so I thought let's change it up. And what I've seen a lot of people say when they express their disdain for this song is that it's super headache inducing and isn't easy to listen to. I remember when people first heard this song, it went pretty viral because people thought they were saying freaky fishy, but once it actually dropped, people found out that the official lyrics are freaky fresh, which was honestly more confusing than the actual song. Now, I won't lie, I don't think Tank is the worst thing I've ever heard. And yeah, I might actually go out of my way to listen to it once in a while, but I have to be in a very specific mood. Tank is not a song where you can listen to it no matter how you're feeling. Whether you love it or hate it, I think we can all agree on that. But for me personally, if I'm in a headbanging, high energy, just nonsensical mood, then yeah, Tank's a song that I might pull up on my Spotify. But if I'm in like any other kind of mood, then I'm gonna stay as far away from Tank as possible. I know a lot of people who don't like OO do like Tank because it's a lot more simple and easy to understand, which to be fair isn't saying much when compared to OO, but I will say that Tank has some charm to it with its catchy and repetitive lyricality. To compare it to another song that's been released this year, I kind of view Tank as a song that sits at the same table as Deep by I.O.I, where you either get it or you don't. And on both of these two songs, it feels like K-pop stans are pretty 50-50 on both sides. So if you're gonna comment on this video, let me know if you like or don't like Tank, and we'll see if this whole 50-50 theory I have lines up.
Yeah, I'm tomboy.
Alright, so next up we have another pretty obvious one. It's Tomboy by I-dle, which is a song I feel like I've talked about like over 10 times on this channel at this point. So in order to not repeat myself, even though it's probably the biggest reason why this song is so controversial, I'm not going to be talking about the rap. Instead, I'm going to be talking about how Tomboy kind of went through the same effect as Queendom by Red Velvet, which essentially boils down to people were so vocal about their disdain for Tomboy because they had to wait so long for it. When both Tomboy and Queendom by Red Velvet were released, I remember seeing a lot of people say that the songs weren't terrible, but that they weren't worth such the long wait, with the gap between I-dle's last comeback and Tomboy being over a year long, and the gap between Queendom and Psycho being almost 2 years long. And honestly, just to share my own thoughts, I don't agree with the common sentiments on either of these two tracks. This is going to be an extremely unpopular opinion, but I genuinely believe that Tomboy and Queendom are better than both Hwa and Psycho, so my expectations were more than exceeded for both of these two comebacks. Not even just with the title tracks either, both the Tomboy and the Queendom albums are way better than the Psycho and Hwa albums. So yeah, while I can understand if people didn't like Tomboy and Queendom that they would be disappointed after waiting so long for their favorite groups to have a comeback, I was and am pretty satisfied with both of these two groups' most recent comebacks, so I don't have anything to complain about. Alright, third to last, we have undeniably the most popular song on this list. It is Pink Venom by Blackpink. And I'm just going to be completely transparent. While I didn't like the song at first, it has absolutely grown on me and is one of my favorite title tracks from the group. So why was Pink Venom controversial? Well, first of all, it also kind of had a Red Velvet Queendom effect where Blackpink fans once again had to wait almost 2 years for new music from the group, which had everybody's expectations super high. But when Pink Venom first dropped, what I was mostly seeing was either confusion or just blatant hate for the track. I saw a lot of questions about why Jennie and Lisa did that high-pitched voice during the chorus, and just a couple of hours later, people were complaining about how empty the dance break felt. Another thing to note is that a lot of people are questioning whether or not Pink Venom followed the Teddy formula, myself included, because Pink Venom feels like a Teddy song, but the chorus doesn't sound anything like, say, How You Like That or Kill This Love. So here's the conclusion that I personally came up with. So Pink Venom does follow the Teddy formula, but the chorus specifically doesn't. Every other part of the song, topped off with that classic Teddy dance break at the end, does follow his formula, but the chorus is a little bit different. But I'm not a music expert, so I could totally be wrong about that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. As I said before, at first I wasn't the biggest fan of Pink Venom, but the thing is, no matter what, Blackpink are always going to release a fun song that you want to listen to over and over again, and Pink Venom does have that Blackpink flair where even if you don't like it at first, it's gonna lure you in eventually. Since since its drop, I have seen a lot of people say that Pink Venom has grown on them, and I think the general perspective on the song has definitely skewed a bit more in the positive direction recently. Of course, some people do still hate it, but I wouldn't be that surprised if they came around to it eventually. But as always, we will just have to wait and see.
I see you looking at my PIC. I know, 그게 땡겨.
Alright, so second to last we have Zoom by Jessie. And Zoom is the definition of a song that you either love or hate. But no matter how you feel about it, if you listen to it even one time, it's gonna be stuck in your head for like an entire week. Just like almost every single other Jessie single, it went completely viral on TikTok. And since I use TikTok pretty often, even though my For You page isn't at all dedicated to K-pop, I still have came across at least 100 videos that have used Zoom as the sound. And that's how you know a K-pop song is popular, when even the non-K-pop stans are liking it. For the people that don't like it, what I've seen them say the most is that Zoom is a song that was made specifically to go viral, focusing more on making the song memeable than actually working on the musical quality. And the people that do like Zoom essentially are just saying, it's fun. And I have to say, both sides have pretty valid arguments. Objectively, I don't think Zoom is the best song to ever exist, but it just might be a contender for the most catchy single of 2022, which puts me kind of smack dab in the middle here. So I guess my final statement on Zoom would be, sure, you can hate it all you want for not being an objectively amazing track, but at the same time, you can't really fault people for wanting to listen to a song that they can just shout along to. And for the final section of this video, as always, we are doing our channel members' choice. So if you don't know what channel members' choice is, basically, it's where people either clicked the first link in the description down below or pressed the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button, and got to vote on the last song that I'll talk about in each video. They also get exclusive perks like access to our Discord server and a verbal shoutout at the end of every video. So if that's something you're interested in, then consider becoming a member. But without further ado, the channel member's choice for this video was Jiction is a song where my feelings on it have changed so many different times throughout the past few months. At first I loved it, and then I kind of started to hate it, but now I'm just indifferent. Since it seems like a majority of K-pop stans just have this huge hate for noise music, a lot of people have never liked Jiction, but then there are also the noise music lovers that I saw defending Jiction like it was the end of the world. You know, the noise music haters, they hate the rapping, they hate the beat drop choruses with no singing, they hate the hard-hitting concepts, and just everything about noise music. But for all of the reasons why people hate noise music lovers love it for the exact same reasons. So there's never really gonna be any peace between these two groups of K-pop stans. People like what they like and they don't like what they don't like, but as always with K-pop stans, they can't really accept other people's opinions, so they kind of have to insist that the other group is wrong, which creates arguments that never seem to go away. Personally, I don't understand how people don't get bored of these arguments. It seems like they go in these never-ending circles, and once the arguments are done, literally no progress has been made. So it's like, at what point do people just give up? Like, are they not bored? I don't know. So why was Jiction controversial? Because noise music haters and noise music enjoyers can never coexist peacefully, and I doubt K-pop fans will ever be able to break this pattern. And that concludes this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like, and if you want to see more of my content, consider subscribing. As always, at the end of every video, we do verbal shoutouts for all of our channel members, so without further ado, thank you Sonorinth, Opijin, ITZY, Jujumin, Wu Twice Tease, Dog, Saiyan Lover, Kukin Love, What's OP, Zeus112, Flo099, Jackie, Abe, ZVH, Ray, Wooyoungi, Yin Latte, Jed, Mares, Navi Slay, Soda Scribbles, TikTok, Minakor, Alex Toro, WJSN Enjoyer, Xeoin, Julia, Adrian Wang, Elizabeth Allinger, Shiny, Mail T, Muzu Molnorovie, Sunny, Cassie, Leonie, Frago Bobo, Kelsey, Gav, Adifa N, Irene, Chili's Cafe, Mello, Ale, Sydney, Elena Kantaki, Julia Peterson, Che, 97th Heaven, Frosty Plays, Julian Zalazar, Jay, Goyangzi, Alpha Fox, Edgy Does Things, Miriam, Silverwind, and Namjoon's Lost AirPods. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and without further ado, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.
시작은 내서 프리셋 띄우지만 예스